Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I am here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe has for us, especially when it comes to, navigating the unexpected, dealing with surprises, going with the flow, trying to see, best way to approach life in these unprecedented times full of change. So let's take a look at the cards and see what the universe wants us to know. Okay. So first off, Brown, establish boundaries. Yeah. Yeah, and not just boundaries, but healthy boundaries, because there could be things that you were okay with before that you're realizing weren't the best things for you or even healthy. Like, I know with me, I'm a pretty relaxed person. I'm pretty laid back. I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty easily go with the flow. I'm, willing to, give people the benefit of the doubt, give grace and all that. But what's been happening with this one friendship is that I'm realizing how unhealthy the dynamics were, and how, whether intentionally or not, I can't claim on people's intentions because, we don't know, but this person has been, taking advantage of my support, my kindness, my love, and, it's just, they're basically taking me for granted and just, expecting me to be okay with anything, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, when I took my friends on a little not a staycation, a little weekend trip before, I was burnt out on shopping. I had been the one who drove us out to the place. It was 4 hours away. And, we all rode in my car, so it's just we had one car. It was hot, and so, I didn't want to abandon them, and I want to make sure they could get around and everything. And so this one person needed water. They were getting dehydrated, and it's well, I know how you are with shopping, but I don't want to be no, your well-being, your health doesn't matter. So I'm okay, I will take you to go get water, but I can't handle any more shopping. They're no, I promise, I'll be in and out, don't worry. And I'm okay. I was kind of skeptical though. My other, my best friend was watching, and we get in there, and this person just strolls about throughout the whole entire store, just chatting up, having a grand old time. And I'm what happened to being in and out? And when I asked her about it after the fact, because I had to leave the store, and I was just in the car trying to, soothe myself and stop getting so riled up, because at that point, I was at my breaking point. I couldn't handle the shopping, and I was getting very upset because this is I told you that I couldn't handle it. I told you that I needed this, and you just blatantly disregard it, and you told me one thing and did another, and it really doesn't feel like I matter to you. And so it's just when I talked to her about it, she's oh, just I kind of shrug it off. It's I don't rush myself while shopping. And it's I came to you with my needs of how I couldn't handle more shopping. I wanted to make sure you weren't neglected, that you had what you needed to stay safe in this intense heat and were hydrated with water. I didn't have to. I could have said, figure something else out. And you told me in return that you would be in and out, but then no, you're not going to rush yourself. And I've had reflections this is the kind of thing that happens time and time again. If we want/need the same thing, if we're on the same page of what the plans are, and it's what this person wants, everything's good. It's all good. Everything's fine. Everyone's having fun. Great. But if it contradicts what she needs or wants, it gets brushed off. And I was talking to my best friend about this, and she's like, yeah, I've noticed that too. And there's a lot of expectation of you to drive her around a lot, and like you'll try to like have this conversation with her, and she just doesn't seem to actually listen or get it, even if you're trying to explain all these different ways, because it's a whole thing. And so it's just like, I'm okay with going with the flow. Like, I'll meet you halfway. If you need water, okay. Okay, like, I got you. Like, I met up with my best friend yesterday because she was feeling down and I wanted to cheer up and I just wanted to see her again. And, you know, we were she wanted to get some lunch. And so we were meeting up and, like, the place we went didn't have what she wanted. And, like, she's, like, has a really sensitive stomach right now. And so she's like, I don't want any of this and it feels like it would upset my stomach. And it's like, okay, well, let's go find you something. Like, I want you to be taken care of too. I don't want you to, you know, upset your stomach and make yourself sick because you can't, like, have all this stuff right now. And she just, like, kept saying, like, I'm sorry, because we ended up going somewhere else. And, like, the energy there was just really off. Like, the people weren't listening and, like, they didn't seem to know what they were doing at all. And, like, I get, like, people can be new and all that, or you don't know everything, that's fine. But, like, my friend was trying to point out where something was multiple times, and they just didn't get it. Like, they just kept ignoring her, and like, going to all these other people, and she's like, it's literally right here, like, what do you... And so my friend was frustrated, and she's, like, apologizing, like, I'm so sorry, like, I feel like I'm just being a lot right now, and I'm like, you're allowed to have what you want and need, like, it's not a big deal, like, I'm not in a rush right now, I don't have anywhere I have to be right now, we can make sure you're taken care of. And that's the thing, like, I'm open, I'm willing to be flexible, like, she is being respectful of me, like, she's not saying, oh, we have to, she's, like, feeling bad about it. I was like, no, you don't need to feel bad about it, let's make sure you're taken care of too, it's not all about me. And so that's the thing, like, my best friend was like, we just seem to get each other, and, like, we can sort of, like, just know what the other person is, like, meaning when they say something. But then it's like with most people, it's like it doesn't happen. So it's like having those healthy boundaries, because things that you used to do, like, I would always be okay, you know, waiting, because I'm like, you know, with this other person, for instance, that I brought up before, like, they're never really on time, they're always behind, and, like, usually I'm just like, you know, I can listen to music, I can find ways to do, like, it's not a rush. But it's like the fact that there's, like, no respect for my time and what I need. Like, another thing that's happened more recently is that they asked me last minute to get them a ride to an interview, because, like, I'm stranded, the bus isn't working, is there any chance you could get me a ride? And I was like, well, I wasn't planning on this, but I have a little bit of time, so sure, I'll get you a ride to the interview. Because it's like, I was supposed to, you know, have some food, and that was going to be my first time eating for the day. But I was like, you know what? Like, things come up, I want to make sure you are taken care of. Sure, I got you. So I go and take them to the interview. She made it sound like it was close. It was half an hour away, and I was like, okay, this isn't what I expected, but okay, I'll go with the flow. I'll see how this plays out. And so I bring her there. I'm getting ready to leave because I was like, I was gonna go get food, and it's like, oh, well, actually, if it's like, where are you going? And I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, you asked for a ride here. Like, but if you leave, I'll be stranded, because apparently the buses weren't going out there for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm just like, well, I have things to do, because, like, I had an appointment to get the boys I tutor and babysit to, and so I was just like, I need to make sure I can get them and get them where they need to go. Their parents are both at work. And it's just like, oh, no, I'll be out right away. And I was like, well, I have to leave in, like, the next 15, 20 minutes. She's like, no, I'll be out in 15 minutes. Promise. And then it just keeps going on and on and on. And it ended up being, like, 45 minutes. And I was just literally getting ready to leave. And she comes out and she's like, yeah, we were done with the interview, but I was having such a good conversation with the manager about neurodivergence and autism and ADHD that, you know, I just couldn't stop the conversation. I'm just like, so you knew that I had a heart out, that I have places to be, and you still, what? And then it's like, and she's like, oh, and I haven't eaten anything today, so can you, like, drop me off somewhere to get food? And I was like, I guess so. And so I'm almost late to the appointment because I'm dropping, thankfully I could drop her off somewhere near where I was getting the boys picked up from and all that, but it's just like, I didn't end up eating until like 5 or 6 o'clock that night, and it's just like that kind of thing, where it's just like, oh, you don't seem to care about me, or notice that, like, how you're like, you don't seem to care about my time and my needs the same way I do. So it's just like, yeah, I've been stepping away from that relationship, not because I hate her, not because she's like the worst person ever, but I'm like, this is unhealthy, and no, I can't keep doing this. And like, I am open to go with the flow. I am like, okay, you need a ride, cool. It's like, but then the expectation that I am automatically giving you a ride back when you didn't ask for it, and then you going on about how you'll be stranded, like, that just feels like guilt trippy to me, and like emotional blackmail. And it's like, you would abandon me? And it's like, you didn't ask. You just assumed that I was giving you a ride back. It's like, you should be more upfront about this, because it's not like that was close. Because I had already driven like 15-20 minutes to get to where she was, and I'm just like, this is not close. And it's like, I'm open, I'm willing to, give to other people, but it's like, if this is very one-sided, it's not healthy. So like, that's the kind of thing that's coming up. It's like, we need to be very aware, and it's like, yes, go with the flow, yes, be open to change, yes, try to make peace for where you're at and what comes up, because like, we can try to fight things. Like, when it was going on with my friend yesterday with food, it's like, we could, get mad about how, the first place didn't have what she wanted, and it's like, but you can't do anything about that. They have what they have, like, and then, like, the other people's, like, we could have got mad about how, like, they were not listening, they're being pretty disrespectful with how, like, they're just ignoring her, and so it's just like, yeah, you could get upset about that, but it's like, okay, let's go somewhere else, let's take care of you. And so it's important to go with the flow and be open, but at the same time, have standards, have healthy boundaries, know when there's a hard line and when people cross it, and then act accordingly. Like, don't, be nasty to them, because I'm not being nasty to this person, but it's like, I have distanced a lot. I have been silent. And like, one thing I was talking to my best friend about, because this person literally has been trying to guilt trip us and emotionally blackmail us, because we've been going through a lot. We're tired. Not like, woe is me, but it's like, that's just the reality of the situation. And this person was like guilt tripping us and trying to threaten us. Like, I've been so hurt that you guys have been so quiet lately, and I'm thinking about blocking you because I'm just so hurt. And it's just like, I like looked at my best friend and I was like, she has literally been the one who has gone off the face of the earth for months on end before and said nothing and given us nothing. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I was just like, look, I don't have any problem with people needing to take care of themselves, because like, she's gone through some really hard times too. And so I'm just like, look, I'm not gonna be like, oh, how dare you. It's like, you're allowed to have your human experience. You're allowed to have your emotions. You're allowed to take time to take care of you and prioritize yourself. And if you need more rest and whatnot, by all means do it. But it's just like, if you like, why are you threatening? And like, it just seems like you're trying to coerce us into talking to you and like strong arm us into it. And it's like, if you're gonna just block us, like, don't threaten us, just do it then. Like, if that's how you feel, like, literally, just block us then. If that's how you feel, like, what are we gonna do? Okay, we move on. Like, not that I want that relationship to end up like that, but it's like, if that's where we're at, then fine. Because it's just like the whole double standards of it, and like how she's like twisting the situation. Like, listen, I'm not gonna play these games. And I told my best friend, I was like, yeah, with how she's been handling things lately and being very disrespectful and aggressive and unkind, I was like, it crossed my mind to block her. And she's like, really? Like, you? And I'm like, Yeah, it crossed my mind. But I knew if I did that, I couldn't take it back and would forever change things. So I've been like processing my emotions and trying to like sort out what I want to do. She's like, wow. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't threaten anyone or be like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'll just do it. Like, I have tried to open up conversation with them. She just doesn't seem to get it. And it's just like, you know what? We're all on our journeys. We each are at our certain spot. Like, okay, you're at where you're at. And if we're not resonating, if we're not aligning, if we're not matching up energetically, it is what it is. Maybe we can come back together. But I'm just like, My friend's just like, wow. And I was like, yeah, it's like after that toxic group, I'm just like, I'm extra done. Because I was already done with what happened 2 years ago with my aunts exploding on us. Like me specifically, when I did nothing. I wasn't going through any of my grandma's stuff and just being really disrespectful and rude. It's like, you had high emotions from the funeral of your mother. I get it. That doesn't give you a free pass to be nasty and vicious and like go cutthroat and like come attack me when I did nothing. And my best friend was like, yeah, I think people take it out on you because you're the easy target. Like, you're gentle, you're loving, like you aren't, they know like, oh, I'm not gonna, destroy this. Like you'll take it. And I'm almost like, I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not gonna be resentful and bitter and hateful and all that, but I'm having the healthy boundaries. Enough is enough. I'm walking away. I ain't engaging in this anymore. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, another thing, rainbow, connect to spirit and nature. Like, that's the thing. We need to connect with the divine more, because a lot of the connections in the external ones that used to work aren't working so well anymore. Like this, what I've been telling you about, like family, that toxic group, this friend who's been all acting up, and like, that's the thing, like, we're trying to explain it to her, but she just isn't listening. And so it's just like, if we're basically talking to a brick wall, like, we're better off taking time for ourselves and connecting with the divine, and yeah, like getting out into nature more. Like, my best friend and I ended up going on a little bit of a walk yesterday, and like, we were hanging out with my aunt's dog because she wanted a quiet place to talk. And I was like, well, my aunt's at work. I'm supposed to check on my aunt's dog anyway. Do you want to go over there? And she's like, yeah. And she brought her 6-month baby over, and she was just loving the dog. And like, it was just really nice. Like, we were connecting with nature. We were connecting with my aunt's dog, and like, just having a chill day. And like, we would say something that's like, oh my gosh, I get it. And it's like, we don't even have to have the words. We just get it. It's like, okay. But yeah, like, just connecting with nature and spirit more is going to help us a lot. These, like, nothing against other people. They're at where they're at, but it's just like, it's a lot right now. And so if you need to, go inward more, retreat more, just into alone time, just out of necessity because of energies, like, do it. Like, prioritize your well-being, because these times are a lot, but at the end, the universe wants us to know that we should stay the course. We are moving in the right direction, even though it's messy, even though it can be complicated and hard and draining sometimes. Like, we're on the right path. We don't necessarily know how long this path will be. We don't know everything that's going to show up in the path, but we're on the right path. We need to have those healthy boundaries. We need to prioritize our peace of mind and our well-being. And that doesn't mean, like, we don't care about other people, but it's just like, if they're being too much, let them deal. Like, that doesn't mean we, like, oh, you're abandoned and I don't care, but it's like, you also have to prioritize yourself, because, like, with this other person, like, I don't have the energy for it. Like, my family's been popping off. Like, I'm trying my best to navigate this. Like, there's been, like, the storms, and so, like, the power went out, and, like, it's hot, and so I didn't sleep well. It's like, I don't have as much energy as I always do, so I have to make decisions accordingly. I need to prioritize. I can't fill other people's cup from an empty cup, so I've been working on myself. And, if other people get upset about that, it's just like, not in a mean way, but that's for them to deal with. That's for them to work through, because you're not doing it to hurt anybody. You're trying to take care of yourself. You're trying to prioritize your well-being. You are trying to protect and preserve and replenish your energy. You're trying to, prioritize your peace of mind. So it's just like, stay the course. Like, other people may need to leave your life, and it may be sad, but it's like, sometimes that's very much necessary. It's very much necessary. Yeah. The universe wants you to know, spend time on you, balance yourself. You don't need to just be constantly giving and make it so you're so out of whack, or you're so depleted, and you're just like trying to like pick yourself up, and like the whole expression, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, when you're like having no energies and you're just constantly giving and giving. Is like, give it to yourself. I saw a video the other day by someone who escaped, I think it was 2 narcissistic marriages, and she's like, here, let me show you. And she's like, here, this is you in your cup, and it was full of water. And she's like, these are like people like the narcissist and the people who are like having those unhealthy, unrealistic expectations. They just want you to constantly give. And she's like, watch what happens. And she was pouring into this water bottle that was representing the other person. There's a hole at the bottom, so you will never be enough. It'll just constantly going, and you're depleting yourself, and they're not getting filled up either. So you have to prioritize yourself. You have to make sure you're doing okay. You need to spend time on yourself and get that balance, because it is so necessary. And, these other people may, throw a fuss, make us think about it. But it's like, not in a mean way, but that's for you to deal with. You can't handle me taking care of myself. That sounds like a you problem. Like, the world doesn't revolve around you in the sense of we're always going to give you what you want. That doesn't mean people should be, disrespectful or, mean or anything like that to you. But, like, if you're upset just because someone is being like, you know what, healthy boundary, you can't cross this line, I need to take care of myself, and you get mad about that, like, that's a you problem. You need to work on yourself. Not in a mean way, but you just do. And yeah, enjoy where you are, for soon you'll be somewhere else. Like, that's the thing. Like, with yesterday, when my friend was like, just like kept apologizing, I was like, listen, I just wanted to spend time with you. I want to make sure you're taken care of too. So it's like, did I want to be driving all over the place that like we ended up doing? Not necessarily, but if I got to spend time with her, and if we got to make sure everyone was taken care of, and we were filling up each of our cups, it was worth it. And go with the flow. Try to make peace with the situation. Like, I'm at peace with how I may need to let go of that friend. I'm not going to rush into the situation. I'm not one to just throw away relationships and all that, like, without a second thought, and, like, be like, oh, obviously we're having a conflict, we're having a problem, we're having a challenge, so this, relationship needs to go up in flames, and I need to never look back. That's not necessarily it. But I've made peace where it's like, you know what? If I have to walk away and cut ties and not look back, I'm okay with it. It's not how I want things to play out, but it's like, if that's what I need for my peace of mind and well-being, so be it. It sucks, but I can't control other people. I can only control how I show up in the world. I can only control my choices, and I'm going to prioritize my peace of mind and well-being. And what's happened with the kids that I tutor and babysit too, like, they'll have last minute things come up, and their mom will be like, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I can be flexible. I can make it work. And it's just like, some days, it's more tiring than others, but it's just like, I'll be somewhere else soon. Like, I'm hoping, hopefully not in the too distant future, that I'll have my own family and I'll have my own children, and like, I'll be able to do that. And it's just like, I do really enjoy that family. Like, I've been working with them for, I think, over a decade now. So it's just like, I consider them a part of my extended family. And it's just like, if I end up moving away and all that, I won't be able to see them that much. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy where I am. And, there's going to be change. There's going to be the unexpected. And I'll just go with the flow the best I can and, like, try to make the most of it, can be easier said than done, but it's important. Let's see. Yeah. Swan self-worth, that's the thing. We are recognizing our self-worth now. We're not putting up with the nonsense and the drama and people's petty manipulative games. We're not going into that anymore. It's like, no, I deserve better. And this isn't to hurt you. This isn't that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve love or kindness or anything like that. This is just all about what I need and that I deserve good things like respect and kindness and support and just common decency to fellow humans. So it's just like, if you can't respect healthy boundaries, I'm just going to distance myself from you, you know? Or like with what happened with my best friend yesterday, there's self-worth, so it's like, yeah, we're going to make sure you get the food you need. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. And I ended up, treating her to sushi because she's like, I really crave sushi. I'm like, well, let's get you sushi, then I'll even treat you. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, let's take care of you. Know your self-worth. And Badger, befriending self, like, befriend yourself. Like, you are the one you're going to be with your whole life. And yeah, it's like, it can be so beautiful to have these relationships with other people. But these other people can come and go. Like, sometimes our paths just diverge, and like, you're going to be with yourself the whole time. So why not be a good friend to yourself? Why not be kind, respectful, and loving to yourself? Like, that's the thing. If you can't treat yourself that way, it's going to be hard for you to have people in your life that treat you the right way, you know? Like, if you can't show yourself kindness, respect, love, support, all that, like, it's going to show up in the external, because the internal, influences the external. It's a reflection. And so you're going to have people who don't respect you, which is probably because of my family dynamics and how they're very unhealthy. It's probably why I've had so many people like that toxic group, my narcissistic ex, all these former bosses that are toxic, this friend who's like not getting it. It's like, not that gives other people free pass, but it's just like, yeah, the internal will reflect the external. And it's like, gotta be kinder to ourselves. We gotta know our self-worth. We gotta be a better friend to ourselves, Yeah. Bring love into the situation, even in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation for yourself and other people. So you don't go around being disrespectful or mean or anything, but you are loving yourself too. People are equal. That doesn't mean you're giving more to other people than yourself and you're putting yourself last and you're putting yourself on the back burner. No, you need to love yourself too. Yeah. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. And I think it was recently, I think it was last week maybe, that it was a full moon in Scorpio. But like, we're not putting up with the nonsense anymore. These petty manipulative games, the toxic dynamics, the negative, guilt tripping and all that. It's like, we're not putting up with it anymore. That's done. It's over. And yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone, North Node. Like, for people like me especially, like, we're stepping out of the comfort zone and speaking up. We're enforcing those boundaries, because so often we're told that we're being mean and disrespectful and hurtful by having those healthy boundaries. Like, literally, it's the kind of thing that my family does all the time. Like, my brother had brought his huge, massive, untrained dog here, and he kept jumping all over me and scratching me, covering me in bruises. And so I was getting fed up, and so instead of exploding on them, like I was very tempted to, I calmly and quietly walked away, went to another part of the house, and hung out with our cat Suki. And then my dad comes up and he's like, you need to come join us, we're a family. And I was like, I'm not going to be in the same room as them. It's like, why are you ruining things? We're a family and you better get over it. And it's like, no. Like, I'm not going to be mistreated. Like, they just kept trying, just yelling at me about how I'm wrecking everything. And it's just like, I shouldn't have to subject myself to literal pain and disrespect just for things to quote unquote to be not ruined. Sorry, not sorry. Like, that's not okay. It's not okay. Oh, people. Oh, people. Yeah. Create space for new love. Like, new love for yourself, new love with others, like, for these new relationships to come in so you can have those healthy dynamics, those healthy boundaries, people who love, respect, and support you. They're kind to you, you know, they're honest with you. There's more integrity in these relationships, you know? When a thing hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. And when it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. I love you so much. That's the thing. Like with this friend who is not being a very good friend, not that she's never a good friend, but it's just like when you keep doing it, it's just like, I'm not going to be around for it. Not to be mean to you, not to, hurt you, but just like, I'm going to put myself first. I'm not going to keep subjecting myself to it. That's just plain and simple. You're draining my energy, whether you intend to or not. You're hurting me, whether you intend to or not, so I'm not going to be around for it. I can't control you and your choices, but I can control me and how I choose to show up and where I put my time, energy, and attention, where I show up. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Create space for new love. You don't need to keep putting up with it. Yeah, that's the thing. That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. Like, you have more options than you realize. Like, if you only have, like, I've never had that many friends. Like, I've tried to make other friendships, but it's just like other people just seem to be on this very different wavelength, this very different energy, this very different set of values and standards. And that's not me being like, oh, I'm better than them. It's like, we're just not a good match. So it's like, I wish you the best, but I can't be friends with you. And so you have more options. You don't have to keep sticking with the same people if they keep hurting you. You can figure something else out. It may take time to, execute a plan to get out of some situations, but you have options. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just how you are, to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh, shoot. You were such a good idea. That's the thing. You matter. You are significant. You have worth just as you are. You don't need to be subjecting yourself to all of this negativity, to all this mistreatment, all these unhealthy dynamics. Sure, do the best you can with being flexible and going with the flow, but sometimes the flow means you have to leave certain situations, certain places, certain people, and it means you don't associate them with them very much anymore or at all. And you could come back together if, there's some healthy improvement, some learning, some growing. But know that you've got time. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be like, if I don't, let's say you're looking for a romantic relationship. I don't have it right now. Like, I'm doomed. Like, I'm run out of options. I have no time. It's like, no. You have time. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to force yourself into a tight squeeze when you can have a perfect fit. You don't need to buy into that fear. Release that negativity. Bring love into the situation. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally unquestionably worth it? How about living forever, wildly in love and loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to. You have so much to look forward to, so don't sell yourself short. Don't rush things. Like, it's going to be okay. You've got time. It's going to be okay. Yeah. Bring more self-love into the situation. Prioritize your well-being and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. Create space for this new love. Release the negativity. Have those healthy boundaries. Don't keep putting up with the same nonsense. Have confidence in yourself. You deserve better. Know your self-worth. Things are moving, and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risks. Step out of that comfort zone. Don't keep doing the same things the same way if it's hurting you, if there are these unhealthy dynamics. Know that you're growing and that it's going to be worthwhile. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. You are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment and success. Don't go back to the old ways. You don't need to keep hurting yourself. Go with the flow, because the changes are going to keep coming. But know that you need to take care of yourself and have those healthy boundaries. Befriend yourself. And have the inner security. Have that internal foundation. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. Your guardian angels are here to help you. That's the thing. The divine is here helping you. It's making sure you have what you need. It's showing you the signs so you can know, these unhealthy places to step away from. But you need to have that internal foundation to know, like, okay, it might be a little bit rocky, it might be a little bit turbulent, I may need to weather some storms, but in the end, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be able to find these people who truly appreciate me, who respect me, who are kind to me, who love me. And I don't need to stick around for people who can't give back, who can't treat me with common decency. You can have those healthy boundaries. You're not a bad person for having healthy boundaries. That is very necessary. And know you're on the road to success. Again, it may be rocky. It may be a tough climb, but you are on the right path. Stay the course. You've got this. You've got this. Yeah, the universe wants you to know to protect your energy, to protect your peace of mind, to prioritize yourself. You need to defend yourself. And not in a mean way, but like step out of your comfort zone, speak up, release that negativity, bring love into the situation for you. Because you're on the road to success and it's going to be worth your while. Dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Your energy matters, and the universe knows everything that you've been doing, all the good that you've been investing in the world. And it's going to work out in your benefit. Boom, new home, new attitude. And it could be in terms of the physical, like you are literally moving into a new home and it's going to be, a lot more stable, a lot more peaceful, a lot more loving. But this could also just be your home inside yourself. That you are feeling at home with yourself, that you recognize your self-worth, that you are at peace with who you are, and know that you're a good person, and know that you deserve love, kindness, and respect. This new attitude is going to do wonders for you. You're bringing love into the situation. You know that you have options. You know that you've got time. You know that it's important to have the healthy boundaries and to prioritize yourself. And know that you are worthy. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Don't be too hard with yourself. Be gentle with yourself if you navigate these times, because it's not easy. There's a lot of unexpected. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of surprises. But in the end, you're going to be A-okay. You're rocking this. You've got this. I'm hoping you all have lots of peace and blessings and prosperity in your day. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.